UK, we love you. Manchester. Hi, Jeanette, Tabitha. Flint, Michigan, we see you. Good morning. We are at 8:45, 5/18/21. Yes, this is San Jose. This was June 5th, 2020. We are having a protest tomorrow, 5/19/2021. There's a protest in San Jose against child trafficking, child abuse, terrorism, war crimes against children, any kind of abuse. If you're against it, be there. That's the number one issue is going to the heart of the battle, where all the crimes are happening, and nobody's being accountable for anything. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, we're in the comments. We see you, 9 commenters. Thank you for chiming in. Yes, yeah, get the bullhorns, get the sirens, record these people, post your content, send it to us. There's so many things we could do. We really need to rattle the chain. This was June 5th, 2020, San Jose. We've seen crowds we've never seen before in the history of the United States against police terrorism, against the police state, against accountability to no one. And people will come on here and tell us, what does this have to do with CPS? I don't know what part of unaccountability to no one. I don't know what part of war crimes and brutality you're not seeing. You know, I don't see a money-making machine off of war crimes against children. It has everything to do with CPS, everything that this Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Soros funded. No, these are real people. That's what you see in this picture. That's what you see in these images. San Jose, beautiful people rising that we've never seen before. And once we come together like this against child abuse, that's when it stops. When these cops stop taking children without crimes being committed, that's when it stops. Parents can't win their courts. Rise up, take our children back. Yes, we want to surrender. We can't win against these courts. Odds are stacked against you. Nancy Schaefer said, nowhere to turn. You have nowhere to frickin' go for any remedy against war crimes. Huh. Welcome to America. The Constitution's been overthrown. Government officials tied into knowing. Yes, horrific, the abuse in these crazy foster homes, the child traffic rings, the pedophile rings that are running, the drugging rings, the torture rings, the murder rings, the wow, you want to, they've been dropping napalms on our babies, on our children, taking them from the hospital. Anything goes, accountability to no one. Hold all these law enforcement accountable. Don't tell me there's some good ones. They're full of shit. All of them. If they can't see a freaking problem and walk with what's right, morally right, and have some dignity and common sense and common courtesy and understand that we're in a state of emergency against brutality from anybody. The government's brutalizing people. They're brutalizing children. They're drugging children. It's just a police state, a runaway police state. And none of them are standing up. Don't tell me there's good ones. There would be a network nationwide of good ones that say, we think we could do better. And we're tired of not being able to do it. And you can't find good cops. Okay, good cops speak up. They see something wrong, they say something. It's when you hold them all accountable. They have no hiding places, and that's when change can happen. Continuous prayers globally, Virginia. Yes, war crimes internationally. We see it. Yes, UK. We love the UK. We know what they're doing over there in the UK. We know what these people are doing. The cohesion, the disgusting cohesion of international countries working together hand in hand to terrorize families, to strip children, to make them and put them in dangerous situations. Oh, that's the most important issue. Parents can't win. Rise up. Stop child trafficking. Big protest tomorrow. We're anticipating. It's at St. James Park, 11 a.m. We hear it's across from the courthouse there. Wow, San Jose rising. Look at San Jose people. You tell me these are rioters. You tell me these people are lazy. You tell me these people don't want to work. You tell me these people need to get a freaking job. You tell me these people are just rioters that want to loot and steal. You're disgusting, and it's despicable. No, these people are calling out war crimes conducted by the police department. Okay, the same police department that came in, broke into your homes, kidnapped your kids, trafficked your kids to pedophiles, drugged your kids to pedophiles, endangered everything that the most dangerous environments they've ever been subjected to with CPS child traffickers. That's who the cops are. Okay, so oh, but what about when you need them? What about when you're going to need them? Well, I don't need them. I'd rather protect ourselves. We need to protect ourselves. We could all protect ourselves better than they could protect us. That's for damn sure. If they would let us, but we have no protections against these people that come in and kidnap and traffic children. They're collection agents, and just understand that this was last year. They don't want this year, but there's a huge opportunity to. This is everything they didn't want. This was the most beautiful. This was national. This was June 5th, June 7th. We had the largest crowds in American history against police terrorism, police state, and that's who's doing all the groundwork for CPS. We're in the comments. Thank you all. If you'd like to come on and talk, let us know. We're trying to prep for tomorrow. If you know anybody in San Jose, California, tune in to us. We'll be going live. Just get those bullhorns and let those horns sound. And if you don't have a horn, use your horn on your car. Let those horns be a signal that of the tears, of the pain, of the suffering of the children that aren't with their families, that are being trafficked for money, being drugged for money, placed with strangers for money. All these phony foster parents in part of a child trafficking ring, pedophile ring, torture ring. Oh, we're good. No, you're a revolving door. You're part of the 25 foster homes this kid you got now that you think you're saving is going to be going to. You're a revolving door. There's no hiding places. This is 2021 foster war, Operation Shutdown. Release the children. Release them. Don't get involved in a child traffic ring. Hold police accountable. All of them. All of them. Period. Anyone who's silent on this issue. My God. Wow. Who could be silent on this issue? That's all I can say. Who could be silent? And it's all of them. They're all silent. Every politician, left, right, your left ring politician, your right ring politician, they're all involved. Hi, Michelle, CPS cash for kids. Disgusting. The money they put over their heads, unlimited amounts of money. Wow, they give it. I mean, they're so ass backwards. The entire system does not work. It wasn't designed to work. It was designed to kidnap and traffic and torture and brainwash and cause trauma to children. That's how the industry runs. More trauma, more business, period. The more problems they cause, the more they got a good freaking business. Broken minds, broken spirits, broken souls, broken families, fatherless children, motherless children. Nowhere to turn. No. Wow, state of emergency. Let's just thank you all for being here and viewing. We're just definitely in a state of emergency like never before. Inflation, hyperinflation, $4.25 a gallon for gas. They're coming for your kids. The money, that's unlimited amounts of money. And it's so easy to call this stuff out, so easy to call out anyone who's not talking about this as being complicit. That's the bottom line. Anyone who's not talking about the most horrendous acts in scale and in volume of kidnapping, child trafficking, child porn, child sex trafficking, the epicenter of everything is foster care and adoption. A pleasure, John. Yes, we need that inspiration everywhere. Anywhere we can get that inspiration that we are on fire, and to have a freaking perspective, and that I've been waiting freaking 7 freaking years for this crap, if not 20 years experience. I have so much experience with these people and the internet, and the moment that we are at in the turning point in history. This was June of 2020, largest crowds in American history, nationwide, all across the nation, wanting police to quit being terrorists, quit abusing people in one way or another. And so let the Nuremberg's trials continue. Yeah, record out there, people. Record everything, post it. Do it anonymously if you have to, but get your content up there, and let's sound the bells. We have to control the narrative, not them. They want to control the storyline. They want to compartmentalize. They want you thinking some politician is out there for you. They want you thinking that there's some relief, and there's no relief. The only relief we got is each other, and that's joining together. These people are accountable to no one for anything, whether it's CPS, the cops. They are accountable to no one. They get away with 99% of what they do, and it only emboldens them to do more crimes. Horrific war crimes we see. Just wait until they steal your kid. Yes, yeah, and lots of things can happen, Cheryl. The foster kids, that they're breaking their spirits, breaking their minds. They're committing crimes. They're getting drunk. They're getting in accidents. They're hurting other people because they've been hurt. They have no bond. They have no empathy. They have no care for other people because they've been broken. They've been stripped. They have no bonds with family, relatives. They've been trafficked for money, and now they've been drugged throughout their foster care, and now they're teens, and they're getting kicked out onto the street because they're not worth any money. This affects everybody. This is the biggest war crimes we've ever seen in scale and in volume, coming from foster care, coming from black market adoptions. Yeah, it's going to be everybody's problem. It is, but it's big business. You know, problems are business for lawyers. Problems are businesses for judges. Problems are businesses for cops. They feel like heroes. Yeah, we just arrested somebody. He killed somebody. Yeah, maybe because he was a foster kid for 10 years being drugged on Adderall and Seroquel. You know, the kids that they're creating, the monsters they're creating, they have no empathy. They're the most vicious people. Some of them are ever created are from foster care because they've been physically, mentally, emotionally abused beyond anyone's comprehension. Stripped of everything, their ID, their person, they've been raped, they've been molested, they've been drugged. Doctors, schools, and others tied to the support. Yes, it's big business. 25 workers, Nancy said, making sure that there's kids in foster care because the buyer needs a variety of children to choose from. Massive crowds. So yeah, beautiful San Jose, beautiful day tomorrow expected. And there's just so much emotion. I mean, my God, if this issue that's not being addressed by any freaking so-called politician, they need to be called out. And the more you can call them out the way they need to be, that they're all complicit, you're silent, you're not doing anything, go, get out, don't resign. You have no business thinking you're some freaking public freaking service of nothing. You're bullshit. Call them out, whether it's law enforcement, social workers, attorneys, all the racket, the judges, all their fake BS of crap, of child trafficking, billions and billions of dollars being channeled into the market so these judges can buy homes and buy cars and have all this money off the backs of the pain and suffering of usually the poor children and families. Let's see where back here to StreamYard. School system tied, conspirators. Yes, your child, Brianna, so sad. Yes, so evil. They're all in on it together. There's money involved. There's huge amounts of money, kickbacks, tips. It's so disgusting what they're getting away with, and it's real easy to call out. It's real easy to call them all out for all their war crimes. Let's see, maybe we'll just go to, if you'd like to come on live, here's the link. Coffee's wearing out here. But big march expected tomorrow. Very proud. CaliforniaFamiliesRise.com. You can find her on Facebook as well as her website. But wow, just we want the foster parents to return children, to get out of the business. Your little phony, oh, I'm helping kids. Oh, little Jenny was so abused before I got her. No, she wasn't freaking abused. There was no evidence of abuse, you jackass. In 95% of cases, there's no evidence of any abuse or neglect ever. Actual evidence. It's all hearsay. You're a child trafficker. Call the foster parents out. Get them on video. Watch their expression. Watch how they just melt like the Wicked Witch of the West, and they're just so fake and so phony, hidden in plain sight. Thank you, Gail. All these foster parents, get out of the business. Once we rebuild it and start it over from ground one, with family values put first, that's when you can think about being a foster. But foster care never worked. The strangers' homes, scattered to strangers, they have no training for anything. That's not where abused children need to go. Hello, wake the F up. These disgusting, we want them all in one place, in resource centers where they're getting the best love and safety and security any child could ever imagine. These are state-of-the-art protected children, the ones that actually been abused. Yeah, Gabriel Fernandez, who knows what's going on there? They lie about everything, Tabitha. They freaking lie. Oh, the school teacher had a fast forward speed dial to the social worker where she could make reports by not going through the mandated reporter system. You're going to believe that bullshit? You're going to believe that a school teacher, a mandated reporter, is going to bypass doing what she has to do? They're bullshitting. We don't know how much of that story is bullshit, Gabriel Fernandez. And then they use it to hire, 1,200 more social workers, 400 more social workers. Anything goes. Yeah, they let these crimes happen so they can hire more social workers, sensationalize it. It's another George Floyd. George Floyd is Gabriel Fernandez. Let's hire 1,200 more social workers. Just you can't. Palmdale. So much bullshit coming out of Palmdale, Los Angeles County, way out there in the freaking ozone desert. Child trafficking going on out there. Perverts from hell running the entire operation. Oh, these freaking people. I have a school system tied. So sad. So sorry to hear about your little Brianna. Children being targeted in school. You can't even have your child go to school, and you're in fear all day long if they're going to be there when you go to pick them up. These people are freaking disgusting. Tomorrow, Hunter, June 19th, be there, 11 a.m. I believe it. Very sickening. In my family's case, the cop was involved. Yeah, the cops being involved. Oh my God, the cops. You thought you had a freaking last form of freaking refuge of something, and there's nothing there. All these cops being complicit. Oh my God, that's to put it lightly. Odette Boyd. You think that there's some are good, and they're not. When it comes down to the paperwork and getting filed against your ass, they're going to make up every freaking thing, and everybody's going to get in freaking line. That's how they run their operation. They're terrorists, lying, fabricating, false arrest, false imprisonment. Man, I just get emotional just talking about this. Don't know if it's good for me or not. Yes, May. I'm sorry. Yes, May 19th. It's up there on the boards. 2021, St. James Park, San Jose, California Families Rising. There's things you can do, people. You can go, you can get a bullhorn and basically protest in front of a Wendy's that's promoting adoption. You get a bullhorn in front of Wendy's talking about boycott and a sign, stop child trafficking, Wendy's, and you'll make history. You'll do it for 5-10 minutes. You'll take a video and it'll go viral. We'll get it shown that these corporations that are trafficking children, promoting it, sponsoring it, you better get out of the business. We see you, Hunter. Foster care kids. Foster care are abused. Yeah, they're abused when they're taken from their family. The second they're snatched. Yeah, they're abused in foster care. Their brains are warped. There's nothing worse than going to a stranger's frickin' home and not having any support. There's nothing worse than being trafficked into foster care. There's nothing worse. Especially when you don't need it. Okay, that's the main thing. Is that most of these kids don't need foster care. Yeah, the police involved, their complicity. What was that, Boyd? Yes, you can't trust any law enforcement. FDSS. Okay, yeah, I guess that's your channel, FDSS. So yeah, just trying to. May 18th, tomorrow, the 19th, at St. James Park. Just, it's so easy to call these people out, and let's just go to some of the protesting that's been going on in the past. Let me see if I can find that for you. Let's get back to chopper time. Oh, I got rid of it. There it is. Copy. Pasting.
I have Sentex the oath of office of Judge Jill C. Fannin. It's in bastardized grammar, written in fraudulent language, and means nothing. She's not a judge. I don't know what she is, but she is not a judge.
Guys, come on, let's listen.
Stop CPS! Stop from the court!
Mr. Police Officer, will you please take the witness stand? Is this your oath of office?
So at every single one of these protests, immediately what they do is they shut and lock the door.
And this is the oath that was presented to me.
Guys, get off the steps. I'm not looking for trouble. Okay, we have enough problems in our lives. Don't give them a reason. This is a violation of our Constitution. That's right.
Mr. Police Officer, can I please see your oath of office? It's in bastardized grammar, written in fraudulent language, which means nothing.
Yes, powerful signage there. The signs say it all. Wow, it's black and white. What they're fighting for, the corruption. These are the terrorists. These are the parents that don't care. These are the parents that abuse their children. No, this is their target market. Poor people usually. We're in the comments. FBI own definition, target specific group. We see you, Tabitha. Yeah, targeting poor people. There's so much social targeting. It's beyond your comprehension. How they use Facebook, how they use welfare, this welfare system, how pedophiles are right there looking through books of pictures of children they want to buy and sell. That's just what's going on. There's pedophiles, child sex traffickers in foster care, in CPS that are targeting children specifically, the ones that are worth money, the ones that are worth the most, the pretty ones, the ones they can get from you, the ones they could traffic from you by force, fraud, fabrication, anything. Mental health, a reason to take kids. Yeah, wow, yeah, anything goes. It's big money, but we are making a dent. They want to change the name of foster care. It's ugly. Foster care is ugly. It's a child traffickers, all of them. They're all child trafficking. Stop harboring children. You're not a freaking psychologist. You have no training in child abuse. What the hell do you think you're doing, trafficking somebody's child who's supposedly been abused? She's not going to get what the F she needs from you because you have no training. You have no, you do not know what this child needs. You don't even have a high school diploma, and you're trafficking children. That's what's going on. Thank you, Jana. disgusting, disgraceful. It's the most heinous environment that no one's saying anything. All these freaking cops, these phony cops, crisis actors, all of them, crisis actor social workers, crisis actor cops. Everyone's playing a freaking role. We're living in the third dimension of Twilight Zone when no one's accountable. These district attorneys, these police unions, these CPS courts. It's so disgusting that there's no accountability anywhere, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Yeah, change professions. Yeah, they want to change the name of foster parents to resource parents. Yeah, they're resource. No, we want to shut the whole thing down. And then they also want to change the name of child porn to child sexual abuse material, CSAM. They want to use an acronym for child porn. Yeah, the Truman Show. We're living in the fifth dimension, the third dimension of just total lawlessness, total detachment from our government, detachment from the police department. They keep carrying the sword, no matter how many people come out and protest. They keep the swords sharp, and they're not putting them away. They're not saying we're going to fix things, we're going to make things better for everybody. We see that there's a problem. No, they're holding ground. They're not budging anything for CPS, for brutality, nothing. None of the cops are coming out and saying we got a big freaking problem and we're going to try to make it better. None of them, no matter how many people come out and protest. Yeah, let's just hear what these protesters got to say here.
This court is right.
Shame on you! 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 Arrest the judges! Arrest the judges! Put the judges on trial! Put the judges on trial! Arrest all the judges! Arrest all the judges! Listen to the children! Listen to our children! Stop abusing children! Stop abusing children! Courts abuse children! Courts abuse children! Stop abusing our children! Stop abusing our children! Shame on you! Shame on you! Our kids are not for sale! 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 Children are not a commodity! Children are not a commodity! Our kids are not for sale! Our kids are not for sale! We're sick of it! We're sick of it! We're coming for you! We're coming for you! You! I'm gonna hold you accountable! All these people, because in another year, every one of these people is gonna multiply by 10. We're coming for you! Coming for you! Accountability! We're holding you accountable. Shame on you! This court is right! 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 Guys, let's go to the DA's office and demand an investigation into this! We're going to the county council to demand. Okay, well, we're just gonna go. Where are we going first? First, we're gonna stop at the district attorney's office. The district attorney is in charge of investigating corruption, public corruption. Is that a new thing? Stop CPS. Stop CPS. Stop family court. Stop family court. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Stop separating our families. Stop separating our families. Stop CPS. Stop CPS. We demand an investigation. We demand an investigation. Stop family court. Stop family court. Stop family court corruption. Stop family court corruption. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Stop CPS. Stop CPS. Stop
Our kids are not for sale.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Hello, we are at the district attorney's office. We are here to demand an
There we go.
investigation
They're locking the doors.
of the Martinez and the Contra Costa courts and Contra Costa CFS. Every person here has had their rights violated and their children adopted out or removed in cases where there is no abuse, where there is no neglect. And then those very children were abused in the places in the homes they were placed in. Invest in investigation now. We live. No children. The kids are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale.
You guys are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale. Our kids are not for sale.
Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS.
Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS.
Investigate court. Investigate court. Investigate court.
Powerful protest. Investigate, arrest these judges. All the families there have had their rights violated. It's beyond rights. I mean, they've had their humanity violated. They've been raped. They've been tortured. They've been alienated. They've been traumatized by the kidnapping and trafficking of their children for money. That's what 95% of CPS is. Most kids don't need to be there. And they don't need to be with strangers. The ones that actually need to be, maybe the 50,000 out of 500,000, 10%, they can be in Nancy Schaefer resource centers. They don't need to be in strangers' homes that have no tangible, they don't even have to have a high school diploma to be a foster parent. They're child traffickers. They're using them for money. We know the racket. They're housing up to 8 in one room. I think it's 8 in one room. 4, 2 bunk beds on each, maybe 4 to one room. 2 bunk beds on each side. 4, you can get 4 in one room. But they're just trafficking children. There's nothing legitimate about foster care whatsoever. How the hell can they think they're going to put a child that's actually been abused with strangers that have no training whatsoever of how to deal with abused children, what they need? It's such a fraudulent system, so corrupt top to bottom. Hold all these cops accountable, all the phony cops out there. They're all phony. They're not talking about this. Hello, there's no good ones. Good ones talk about this. Good ones talk about that there's a problem. Good ones talk about there's no accountability. There are none. You can count on 2 hands the ones that have come out in the last year. There's not very many come out and talk about what's important. It's all common sense stuff. Leave people alone. Don't terrorize them, specifically the children. There's nothing worse than targeting children, single mothers, trafficking their fathers for victimless crimes. Wow, the problems, the swamp. Yeah, this is the swamp. We're at the heart of the swamp. Just wanting to inspire everybody. Big march tomorrow, May 19, 2021, San Jose, St. James Park, 11 a.m. That's St. James Park, 11 a.m. tomorrow. I think that's mañana. In the comments, we're live here, 9:17. This could be a good program if they're really helping families. Oh, help families. Yeah, bring them groceries. Give them what they need. We need support services. We don't need the separation of children from families. Good news, good program. Yeah, take advantage of the system. Who's taking advantage of the system? The judges that are taking in $100 billion a year? Who's taking advantage of the system? You can never compare what these judges are profiting off of the trafficking of children nationwide. It's $40 billion. Nancy shed in 2004. Here we are 16 years later. It's doubled. It's $80 billion in the hands of judges. You want to talk about taking advantage of a freaking system, taking advantage of families, taking advantage of children? taking advantage of war crimes. Oh my God, let's put the spotlight where it is. Don't tell me that there's anything anywhere near who's taking advantage of what, who's preying on children, who got the welfare checks coming in left and right from the Health and Human Service, phony agency, phony government, rigged elections. We don't have a lot to stand on. They laugh at us. They own the election machines. They got all the politicians in their pocket, and it's a big club, and you ain't freaking in it. George Carlin, comedian, spelled it all out. There's no connection between politicians and you, the working class, the struggling mothers, the single mothers, the people just trying to survive in a very hyperinflated economy. Needs to be nationwide. Arrest the judges. Yeah, the milestone, the next, we'll see that there. Yeah, there's a great place for all the people that abuse children. It's at the bottom of the freaking ocean. They can enjoy themselves down there with the scum that's at the bottom, the deepest parts of the ocean. Silicon Valley, heart of Satanist. Yes, totally controlled environment. Silicon Valley, totally corrupt, total ownership, total. Thank you, Bat Minigan, for bringing that up. What's in Silicon Valley? It's corruption. It's mind control. It's psychological warfare. It's owned and operated. They have a grip on everything in there, in San Jose, in Silicon Valley. They don't let any major website or anything jump out there that could really change the game. They have to control social media. They have to control YouTube. They control everything. They own and control everything. So it's really hard. When they own and control, they manipulate it. They manipulate Facebook, manipulate YouTube, manipulate any social media app appliance that has any traction. They manipulate it all. And totally corrupt. They're responsible. Silicon Valley is responsible for putting up an iron curtain of stupidity for the people, for social media, for videos, for censorship. They control any company. You can't get through their glass ceiling, no matter how good your idea is. Oh, I want to change the world. I want a system that has integrity. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just got bought out. Your company just got bought out, and goodbye, And they didn't have to work for that. They can squash competition, is what I'm saying. They squashed MySpace. We've seen what they did to MySpace. It's a lot of it is the heart of Satanists with the power of technology, because they control every company that goes up or down and it goes mainstream. We should already have thousands of websites that want integrity and how to restore integrity. Why do we don't have an integrity website? Algae of the ocean. Yes. I don't know about algae. That's the good stuff. If it's green, we want them getting that black stuff that's at the deepest part, the stuff, those scum suckers. We want the black algae. The green that's like a hors d'oeuvre to them. We want them they need that black gunk from the bottom of the ocean. That's where they can live. And they manipulate people who live there. Interesting, Bat, until recently. Hardcore sheep, totally brainwashed. Yeah, interesting. What a beautiful part of California. The black goo. There we go. They can eat that. Have a smorgasbord of black goo and enjoy themselves. They all need to be together, that's for sure. Manipulate people that be there. Yeah, totally brainwashed environment. You live, but we see huge crowds there. We showed you La Brea tar pits. Yes, the tar pits. Huge crowds we've seen in San Jose. There's a lot of good people there. But there's a lot of mind control, brainwashed people, corralled people. They got their blinders on, whether they know it or not. So the whole technology it's been taken over. Tech websites, all that other. They won't let a site that wants to change the world take over. Imagine if there was a Change the World site to save the children, and it had 30 million members. You know how fast you could change the game, how fast you could turn the wheel on these people. They don't allow any major company to take over and thrive. They'll kick them down. They'll break them down. because the internet, it's a powerful communications tool, and they have to cripple it. They have to keep the trash going in there, keep all the sewage, all the lies, all the deception, all the corruption. That's how they rule. They overload you with lies and deception and fake news, propaganda news, and that's how they rule. It's so easy to do, to put so much garbage and sewage out there, flood the internet, and then everyone's confused and nobody knows which way's up. It's like when you're in a lake of water and it's all black, the water, and you're underneath, and you can lose your identity as to which way to get to the surface because of the clouded water. So that's how they have us Americans. Let's just hear some of the commentary here.
In fraudulent language, which means nothing.
We're going to the county council to demand. Okay, well, we're just going to go First, we're going to stop at the district attorney's office. The district attorney is in charge of investigating corruption, public corruption. Is that a nuisance? Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Our kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale.
Stop separating our families.
Stop separating our families.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
We demand an investigation.
Able minds are working, open hearts are learning, give me some.
My name is Nancy Schaefer, and I'm from the state of Georgia in the United States. And thank you for your gracious invitation to join you tonight. And thanks to all of you who have made this incredible World Congress of Families #5 in Amsterdam possible. It's a privilege for me to join you tonight and to be with you in some pro-family policy here. I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services. I served in the Georgia State Senate, and after 4 years of viewing the ruthless and unsparing actions of Child Protective Services, also called CPS, which I will use tonight, I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services." Thank you. The report cost me my Senate seat. Here's some copies of the report if you'd like to get one. However, there are causes worth losing over, and this is one. I'm going to talk about some of the problems and then some realistic, maybe, solutions for families and children, and maybe look to some steps that we can take. This is not to say that there are not those children in wretched situations who need to be removed. There are, and we all agree. But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health facility and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power. It is lack of accountability, and it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Being poor and lacking proper housing does not mean your children should be removed. CPS has redefined poor to mean psychologically inferior. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public. Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and/or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on, who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that 40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, 40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments, even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children. These are crimes against humanity for financial gain. Rights are removed from parents, human rights, civil rights, and even religious rights. One illustration of what took place in my district is that after so many calls, I decided to call a meeting in one of the counties of my own district. I personally called 37 families that had been in touch with me who had all lost their children, grandchildren. I had them meet me in the library one Saturday morning. We started at 9 o'clock and we ended at 9 o'clock. We had 50 families standing outside the door that could not get in. We didn't have time to talk with them. There was incredible anguish and profound suffering from these families. Some children had been taken off the school bus, taken out of the hospitals, or taken out of their homes in the middle of the night, and even worse. It was just an incredible ordeal. These parents, trapped in the system, become like refugees. They're dazed and glazed and have no one of whom to turn. They do not know what to do, and the loss of their children is devastating. After having worked in this arena for several years, I do not believe that a single child comes out whole after having been in this system. Many foster children make up the homeless population of today. I introduced legislation, Senate Bill 415, in my last session. A substitute bill was written at the last minute by the chairman of the Judicial Committee. All the strong points of my bill had been compromised. I was told, accept it, Senator. At least you will get some legislation passed. And I answered with, obviously, you do not know me. I did not come to the Capitol to get legislation passed. I came to make a difference. What can be done? An independent audit should be called on every state of all Child Protective Services departments. I'm in touch with congressmen and state officials, and the door may be possibly opening very slowly. A federal congressional hearing is needed. But let me add, due to the hundreds upon hundreds of cases that I've been called to consider, I placed calls to state senators, representatives in their respective states across the country, asking them to help me with certain families. And I was told, if I help that family, or if I help you, I will lose my job. Remove, abolish the federal and state financial incentives, and those are taxpayer dollars. Those dollars have turned CPS into a business that takes children and separates families for money. Open family court. Remove the confidentiality laws. Give parents their rights verbally and in writing. I even feel that to terminate the rights of parents, the case should be heard before a jury. Family rights and parents' rights must be protected. We do not need more influence like the UN's Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's anti-parent, anti-child, and anti-common sense for the family. There has to be perseverance for any great reform, and great reform is needed in this area. As Charles Spurgeon put it, how do you tame a lion that is well fed? First, he must be brought down. Second, his stomach must be lowered. How do you tame Child Protective Services?
Maybe only.
It may be only by closing it completely and starting over at the beginning with pro-family values. In closing, let me remind you that there is case law from state appellate and federal district courts and up to the United States Supreme Court, all of which affirm the constitutionality of the rights of parents to actually be parents to their children. There's biblical law too. It goes like this: speak up for those who can't speak for themselves, and for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Thank you.
Okay, that was Nancy Schaefer, legendary senator, blowing the whistle, the corrupt business, merchandise to sell so the buyer can choose. What else does she need to tell you? Wow. So we're live here at 9:42. This is a pre-rally prep for tomorrow. There's an expected protest, St. James Park, San Jose, 11 a.m. Be there. See, we're in the comments. Yes, just, man, these when does it stop? How can you have so much war crimes right in your face? No matter if they tell you it's 80% child sex traffic market is all coming from foster care. No matter if they tell you they're giving children methamphetamine, Adderall in foster care, they're drugging children, taking children for parents smoking pot and then giving them methamphetamine. Welcome to the real world. I love that sign right there. Let me just back that up. That talks about an officer, these little corrupt pervert pigs. They're not cops, okay? I'm sorry for the language, but it's very hard to find a cop. a cop that will see something and say something. Man, you want to talk about needles in a haystack? That's very hard. So I'm sorry, I have to classify most of them for what they are. Stop Officer Daniel Dancy from stealing children. Yes, a cop. He likes to. Those are the pedophiles. A lot of those are the pedophiles. They're involved in the rings. They're used to kidnap and traffic children. Officers, the ones they put in charge of those environments, to social target, to target mothers, try to get those beautiful kids for the pedophiles, try to get the ones that are easier to sell. They're looking for children to sell. Hello. And the cops are right there to do it. They're helping. They're colluding. Need to call them all out.
Shame on you! 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 Arrest the judges! Arrest the judges! Put the judges on trial! Put the judges on trial! Arrest all the judges! Arrest all the judges! Listen to the children! Listen to our children! Stop abusing children! Stop abusing children! Corrupt abuse children! Corrupt abuse children! Stop abusing our children! Stop abusing our children! Shame on you! Shame on you! Our kids are not for sale! 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 Children are not a commodity! Children are not a commodity! Our kids are not for sale! Our kids are not for sale! We're sick of it! We're sick of it! We're coming for you! We're coming for you! We are going to hold you accountable! You! I'm going to hold you accountable! All these people, because in another year, every one of these people is going to multiply by 10. We're coming for you. Coming for you. Accountability. Shame on you. This park is red. 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 Guys, let's go to the DA's office and demand an investigation into this. We're going to the county council to demand. Okay, well, we're just going to go. Where are we going first? First, we're going to stop at the district attorney's office. The district attorney is in charge of investigating corruption, public corruption. Is that a nuisance?
Well, just the cries and the voices, they spark up so much. There's so much emotion because these people have witnessed so many crimes against others. They know that there's so much on the line, that these children aren't being heard. They're chemically restrained, molested, starved, trafficked, alienated. The trauma that they go through, these young children, especially the young ones, the most pliable, mendable, malleable children that they're not being heard. They need to be safe. They're not safe in foster homes. Foster homes never worked. Way too dangerous. You can't put kids with people that have no child abuse experience and can't be monitored and don't even need a high school diploma to be a foster trafficker. Way too dangerous. Wow, you want to talk about danger? Foster care, the most dangerous place in the United States for any child, period. Drugging, alienation, molestation, rape, child trafficking, anything goes in. So that's how the war machine works. It is a war. It's orchestrated from the highest levels of the government, and everyone's complicit. There's your good cops. Yeah, the good cops. Didn't you think if there was good cops, they would be right there? Can we take a report? Yeah, you're down here protesting. Yeah, do you have any evidence of crimes? Yes, we do. Well, we want those. Where's the cops? Shouldn't they be down there taking reports from these people? There's nowhere to turn. They aren't law enforcement. They are they're encroachers. The law enforcement has become a police state. They have no connection to see something, say something, do what's morally right. No, it's get in line, or you're not going to have a job. get in line or you're going to be ostracized. Pick your side. They've already picked their side. Law enforcement nationwide has picked their side as to who they're going to work for, no matter how many people come out and protest against atrocities, war crimes.
Contra Costa courts and Contra Costa CFS. Every person here has had their rights violated and their children adopted out or removed in cases where there is no abuse, where there is no neglect. And then those very children were abused in the places in the homes they were placed in. Invest in investigation now. Women, children, the kids are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale.
You are not for sale.
Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale.
Investigate CBS. Investigate CBS.
Investigate CBS. Investigate CBS. Investigate CBS.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
We are fact. We are not fiction.
Investigate CBS.
Investigate CBS.
Investigate the court.
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 We are
Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Bring our children away from corruption and happening. This county is corrupt. The county is corrupt. You must investigate the court.
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 Investigate CPS.
Investigate CBS.
Investigate CPS.
Investigate CBS.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Abolish illegal family court.
Abolish
Illegal family court. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring our children back. Bring our children back. 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Arrest corrupt judges.
Arrest corrupt judges.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Don't make me keep rhyming. Give our children back.
Don't make me keep running. Give our children back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let our children go.
Let our children go.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
The system needs fixed.
The system needs fixed.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Abolish corrupt courts.
Abolish corrupt courts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let our children go.
Let our children go.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
The system needs fixed.
The system needs fixed.
Single one of these protests, immediately what they do
Did you
is
read this document?
they shut and lock the door.
And this is the open this presented to me.
give them a reason to ask violation of our constitution and rights. That's right.
Mr. Police Officer, can I please see your oath of office? It's in bastardized grammar written in fraudulent language, which means nothing.
Children. Okay. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Our children. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Our children. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Our children. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Our children. When do we want it? Now. Come on, guys. Take your answers. We are accusing you guys of corruption. Stop family court!
family court.
Stop family court corruption.
Stop family court corruption.
Our kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Our kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Hold judges accountable.
Hold judges accountable.
Investigate those assholes.
Investigate those assholes.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Our kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale.
Stop CPS.
Stop CPS.
Stop family court.
Stop family court.
Hello, we are at the district attorney's office. We are here to demand an
There we go.
investigation
They're locking the doors.
of the Martinez and the Contra Costa courts and Contra Costa CFS. Every person here has had their rights violated and their children adopted out or removed in cases where there is no abuse, where there is no neglect. And then those very children were abused in the places in the homes they were placed in. Investigation now! We demand no children! Our kids are not for sale!
Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale. Kids are not for sale.
Our kids are not for sale!
Kids are not for sale. Our 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 kids are not for sale. Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS. Investigate CPS. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
We are fact. We are not fiction.
Investigate CPS.
Investigate the court.
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 We want
Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Bring our children away from corruption and happening. This county is corrupt. The county is corrupt. You must investigate the court.
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 Investigate CPS.
Investigate CPS.
Investigate CPS.
Investigate CPS.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court. Investigate the court.
Abolish illegal family court.
abolish
Illegal family court. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bring our children back.
Bring our children back.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Arrest corrupt judges.
Arrest corrupt judges.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Don't make me and give our children back.
Don't make me keep running and give our children back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let our children go.
Let our children go.
4, 5.
Okay, we're live here at 10 o'clock. Big day tomorrow, 5/19/21. Be sure to tune in. Pacific Standard Time, around 10:30, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. Share the content. I'm just going to go to some comments here. Pleasure, Moni. Thank you for all your support. You're an inspiration. Odette Boyd, pray they will investigate. Sure. Yeah, clearly they want to keep everything the way it is. So the only thing we can do is to put the black eye on all of them, expose them, call them out, whether attorneys, judges, CPS, social workers, cops, all of them are in on it. Get them on videotape them. Why are you not doing anything? Why are you allowing this to happen? All the lies, made up stories, anything goes. Yes, your great niece. Yes, the pain of not having the link of your puzzle, of your life, of your heritage, of your family. It's a missing, they take chunks out of the families, their lives, to not have those relatives where they're supposed to be, somewhere within the family, preferably. And then to not know where some of the children are and the stories they make up. Oh my God, the highest mountain stories you've ever heard. Perversion everywhere, perversion with the cops. The cops are so responsible for the war crimes we witness, and they're so quiet, and they're so they're so freaking quiet. Oh, but some are good, some are bad. No, they're all freaking quiet, all of them. Watch how much they care about children when it comes down to their job. They'll lose their job if they talk about kids, right? Nancy Schaefer said all the politicians told her that. Yeah, we can't count on them to investigate, but we can expose them. We can ring the bell. We can expose the foster parents, specifically Odette. If you have foster parents, a group of a few people, 5 people, 3 people, going to foster traffickers' homes and telling them to release the children, the family wants them. What the hell are you doing? Wake up these neighborhoods, go into these neighborhoods and get the foster parents to surrender the children, get out of child trafficking. Marin County, they have a Marin in California, but yeah, I guess you're in Oklahoma, Marin, Oklahoma, possibly. So not all, they're all corrupt. That if good ones would fix the system, okay, they all know what's going on. So you did get some so-called help. What help did you really get? You're clearly your great niece. They're trying to take your great niece, or they got her. Yeah, the Nancy Schaefer said dissolve the whole thing, start over. Good social workers quit. Odette, they all see crimes. They all witness the crying of the children, the trafficking of the children. They know that they're not doing a good job. Good social workers, they quit. They have integrity. They say, I'm making things worse. This is a very sick environment. That's what good social workers do. There's no some are good and some are bad. I'm not sure what you consider helpful from CPS, but they're all complicit on war crimes. You can't work there and not be complicit and quiet. Shh, don't talk about that. Yeah, don't talk about that. Yes. Get your thick skin or you're not going to have a job. Good to hear that Denise is back. Yes, we need all those pieces of our puzzles, of our heritage, of our family, of our kin. Anytime you can puzzle those back together somehow, it's so valuable and so priceless and so important that the children know they had a family and a heritage and great aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces that love each other, that care about each other. And that's what they break. They break the family, break the bonds. So yeah, we're in the comments again. San Jose, May 19, 2021. expected a good rally to come out, and yeah, we have to be the eyes, the ears, and the voice of God. I mean, come on, people. We are, like, she's holding up that sign right there. You know, we have to be the voice. Us. We can't wait for something to happen. Wait for something. No, you take the freaking mic. You get your freaking hand. Whatever you can do, there's something you can do. And these are the most abused children in the world, are foster kids. Drugged, alienated, trafficked, sold. Anything goes with foster kids. They are the most abused children in the world. Yeah, how can you fight? I mean, my God, they're slander courts. They can make up any story they want. Some are good. Yeah, my ass. Any judge, if I was a judge, supposedly, and I was an American, and I took an oath to the Constitution, right? I would say, ma'am, I can't conduct this courtroom here today. Are there any criminal charges, county council? No, there aren't, Your Honor, but the social worker wrote up one hell of a report, says all kinds of bad things. I'm going to ask you again, county council, are there any crimes against these parents or against their children? No, there's not, Your Honor. I am granting the children to go home with the frickin' family. Give me that crap that some are frickin' good and some are not. These are common sense decisions. Common sense decisions. But these judges have no integrity. None of them. None of the cops do either. God, if you were the chief of the area, couldn't you send a police force down there? Yes, I'm here with an investigative team of 5 officers. You claim that your constitutional rights are being violated and there's corruption throughout children's court. Yes, we are. Yeah, well, we're here to take reports, and they take reports from everybody there. That's what a public servant does when there's war crimes being conducted against children. No, but these maggots, all your good freaking cops, they don't say anything. None of them. Nobody will show up there. Chief of police should be sending a task force down there to talk to these people. Hi, we're representing the police department. We understand you have claims of corruption, child trafficking, kids for cash, corruption everywhere. How can we help you? That's what law enforcement does. They're completely complicit with war crimes against children and families. All of them. All of them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not making it easy to get those kids back with family. Yeah. That 16-month want to keep. Oh, they've already bonded with the foster parents. Yep. They're bonded. Yeah. We got them. Who knows? Anything goes with child traffickers, foster care, adoption, pedophile rings, any money. There's an order for kids that look a certain way, a certain age. Wow. So yeah, we're going to cut it here. We're at an hour and a half. It feels like 2. Yeah, big day tomorrow. Keep the faith, everyone. Know that you can do something. There's lots of things you can do. And this is our opportunity. It's now or never. Foster War 2021. Operation Release the Children. Get these foster parents that say they're doing a good job to get the hell out of the child traffic ring. Get a real job. Don't bring that garbage into our area. Once they have family and relatives going to these foster traffickers' homes or just neighbors saying, Jenny, you really need to stop trafficking kids. It's not healthy. Don't you know that you're placing them in danger? You're part of an organized crime ring of kids for cash, crimes against humanity. Aren't you online? Didn't you see what they're saying about foster traffickers? You're all child trafficking. You're part of an organized, unconstitutional crime ring. Wow. You get these people on video or you knock on these doors and it changes things. It lets them know that we want our children back. We want them returned. We want them released from your bullshit child trafficking captivity. Let the kids' voices be heard. Yes, a pleasure, Odette. Yeah, always trying to sharpen our tongue, our voice, our message, and how everyone's silent, everyone's complicit. organized, how, again, common sense. You know, these people are protesting. There's a lot of them down at the courthouse. I'm the chief of the police in that area. I want to know about corruption. I want to know about child abuse. I want to know about child trafficking. I want to know about drugging of children. That's what a chief of police does. He finds out what these people are protesting about. He sends a group of police officers down there to gather information about what these people are protesting. They're protesting war crimes against children, child trafficking, drugging, starvation, torture, trauma-based mind control, war crimes, crimes against humanity. Where's the police here? Where's your police chief? Nobody wants to meet with these people. Nobody gives a rat's ass. Once we call everything out and we get better and better and better at it, watch out. Because there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide when it comes to war crimes against children and the abuse that they're all suffering. They're waiting for us. They need to hear those sounds. I'm just going to play those sounds. This is the sounds they need to hear. They need to know somebody's coming. Okay, going to call it out. 10/16, 5/18/2021. CPS News Network, sign out.